it's Rashi with Happy Hands. Today is Sunday, so technically I'm not supposed to be working today, but we started a project yesterday and it wasn't quite finished, so we came back out. And that's what I wanted to talk about. So, yesterday, our project started with um, waxing floors. Yesterday was the first time we ever waxed floors, and it was something, and I'm gonna tell you why. So, yesterday I went to Menards and I got a floor thing because we had to um, strip the floors of the dirt and then put fresh wax down. So we couldn't put the fresh wax down until we actually stripped the floors. So went to Menards, got a floor polisher, right? Never tested it because I assume because they're giving it out for rent that it actually works. So we get here, we get to the client leaves us to do our job, we plug it in. It did not start, okay? It did not come on, it didn't do anything. And then we tried multiple outlets because, we're like, okay, well, maybe it's just this one outlet or maybe it's this outlet or whatever. We tried every outlet in this place. It did not come on. We plugged our phones in to the charger to make sure that the port was working. Tried a coffee maker. Those came on. So now, okay, now we know it's the machine, right? So we we tried to strip as much as we could. It wasn't coming up. These floors look like they hadn't been loved in a little bit of time. So, okay. So we did a very unconventional thing. So with the floor waxer, or floor buffer, it comes a couple different things. So the first thing, they have those little round pads that you're supposed to connect to it. So we had the black one because that one was going to help us strip the floor, clean it, and then we'll be able to put the wax down. We cut that thing in half. And my partner and I, he grabbed one side, I grabbed the other side. And we were on our hands and knees in circles, stripping the floor. That took about 3 hours, okay? By this time, we had already called our client and told her, hey, this floor looks a little questionable. I want you to come see and what you think. So she came out, she was like, yeah, no, it looks a lot better than what it did. That's fine. Do what you can do. So we said no. We were not satisfied. And I did not want to leave a bad taste in the client's mouth. More so, I didn't want to know on my conscience that we did a half job because it didn't work. So this is what we did. We were on our hands and knees. It took us about 3 hours, but I can guarantee you by the end of those 3 hours, that floor was shiny. It was sparkling. It was immaculate. So, it was nice and clean. It looked good. So we put a coat down last night. We allowed it to dry fully. And then today, which is Sunday, and technically, again, Happy Hands is not open on Sundays because I try to reserve Sundays for Family Day. But I did tell her that we would come back out to finish applying the wax. This shouldn't take that long. We've already applied one coat. And we are going to go down there and once it's dry, so we're giving it about 30 minutes. So once it's dry, we're gonna go back down there, apply another coat, 2 additional coats, and which will bring the total to 4 because remember we did one last night. We just did one, we're applying 2 additional, so that's about 4 coats of wax. And the floor looks shiny and nice and clean and sparkly, which is how I like it. Obviously that's the squirrel in me. And so that's that. But I really wanted to share the video because it's a couple of things that I noted that it's very important to take note of, especially if you're gonna wax the floor by yourself. Number one, floor buffers are extremely heavy. And I'm not sure if I'm calling it by its right name because I don't necessarily know if it's a floor buffer because it does stripping, but a floor machine. The floor machine is what we're gonna call it. That thing is super heavy. I carried it, it's a flight of stairs. This thing that I'm sitting on, stairs. So I carried it from my car down the stairs. That joint is heavy, okay? Super heavy, okay? Number 2, moving forward, because I have to do this again in October before a different client, I'm going to make sure that I have at least one additional person with me and then that we test that machine before we leave the store. I could buy one, but those things are like $1,000, right? And so and I'm still in a startup phase, so I don't really have $1,000, so to speak, because I definitely know it'll be an investment. And I'm pretty sure I can maybe find one secondhand. You know what? I'm gonna see if I can find one secondhand, because if I can, and I can get it for half the price, that'd be great. And I'll just buy that so long as it works. But yeah, definitely testing it out before we take it from the store if I decide to rent it again. Third, buy more of the little black circle guys. Make sure you have more than one, because we used one and I found myself washing it out to try to keep stripping the floor, because it got super dirty. So make sure you have more than one. A stack of those, if you can, will be amazing. Also, more than one bottle of floor stripper and more than one bottle of floor wax. Now, we were able to suffice with the floor stripper at being one bottle because you have to dilute that, right? But with the floor wax, you don't dilute it. You literally pour it in a bucket and pour that onto the floor, okay? So, or mop it onto the floor. So and yesterday I only came with one. I don't know why. I assumed one would work, just one, and the floor was super big. And it's funny because you don't think about how big the floor is until you actually do it. But I know now that we're going to definitely go ahead and buy more than one, and I think I'm going to buy in bulk online and have all that stuff shipped so we can have it, because just having one is honestly a no-go. That is not going to work, and we are not going to do that, okay? And I also learned that client satisfaction is important, but not to the point to where you hurt yourself. That's totally random, but I was on my hands and knees for so long. I actually had like carpet burn. It sounds super trivial, but I was also working around chemicals, so it kind of got in my knee. And I'm hoping that it doesn't get infected. I doubt it will, but still. But I'm really glad because she actually really liked the outcome. She came back down here this morning and she saw the difference and she was extremely happy with it. And I'm extremely happy that she was happy, because my goal is to provide consistent service, consistent and quality service at an affordable cost. And the price was affordable. She's happy with the service, and that makes me happy. So that's all I have for now. Like always, be true, be you, and I will catch you guys on the other side. Bye, guys.